Hey there, I'm Brant Zip at Crocker Farm Auction, and I just wanted to show you this great example of Texas stoneware that we're going to be selling on Saturday as part of our October 26, 2019 auction of American stoneware and redware. So this is one of the best pieces of Texas stoneware we've ever handled, and it's a great example of seeing a potter working in a tradition of a place that's pretty far away from where he's actually working, but through family ties and just the propagation of stoneware throughout the country, which is something you see time and again in the story of American stoneware. He's making this Edgefield, South Carolina style stoneware in Rusk County, Texas. My apologies. This guy, Joseph Cliff Rushton, was a highly skilled potter who had been trained in his father's shop in Alabama. And his father, who had the same name as him, Joseph Clifford Rushton, had trained in Edgefield. So if you're familiar with Edgefield, South Carolina stoneware, maybe you're only somewhat familiar with Southern pottery, but you will have seen some of, for instance, the wonderful face jugs that were made in Edgefield, South Carolina. You also should be familiar with Dave, who is one of the most famous American stoneware potters at this point, the enslaved potter, later called David Drake. Then, if you're familiar with any of those types of pottery, then you've seen this sort of glaze before. But this potter, Joseph Rushton, Cliff Rushton, was working in Rusk County, Texas, and he stamped his work with these initials, J.R. So you see those placed right here by the handle. As Mark gives you a close-up of that, I just talk a little bit about the great glaze on this. So when he zooms back out, you'll get a better sense of it. But it has a wonderful coloration, and it's obviously an alkaline glaze. So as opposed to the kind of favored glaze of northern potters, which was the salt glaze, this is made in a southern alkaline glaze using glass. And you can get good colors out of alkaline glazes. You can get not so good colors. This is like an off the charts, really great coloration for southern stoneware. But additionally, what's neat about it is the clay that he was using there in Texas was clearly full of iron impurities. And what that did, though, was when it's fired, it creates these really cool brown spots throughout the surface of the vessel. So you can just see the what can be achieved aesthetically through a very simple process of basically melting glass over this pot and then melting iron that was in the clay. And you get like an extremely beautiful object through what was a relatively simple process. But at any rate, Texas stoneware, Rushton's work itself is quite rare, but Texas stoneware of this quality is very rare. And when we were emailed photos of this, we were really excited to see them. And we were just as excited to receive this for our big fall 2019 auction. And we're really excited to sell it on Saturday. Thanks very much for watching.